Leaders of the G20 nations, a group that includes the world's largest economies, are gathering in Washington to seek solutions to the ongoing turmoil in our financial market.
Not sure about a sentence. I think perhaps the single most convincing fact.
Hey! What's happening, Star? Where you been, man? You almost missed my all-time world record, 7th derby in a row. Easy, Rasta. I'm not gonna forget my best friend on his damn day.
Good luck, Spud.
Cheers, cowboy.
Now, remember,
What?
if they think you're no trying, you're in trouble, right? First hint of that and they'll be onto the DHS.
But I will help you save, invest, huh? Don't worry, I will give it back to you when you're old enough.
Bruh, yesterday was the worst day of my life. First, I went to wake up late. I didn't even get for do my hair, didn't even get for brush my teeth. Well, 7 o'clock already by the time I look at the clock.
Okay, and I'm just interested, how did they teach English at your high school in Russia? Was it?
Okay, in high school it was just a regular, like 3 classes per week, 3 hours per week, and I was taught by ESL teachers.
Oh, okay.
Like teacher who was Russian and he taught English as foreign language. But my experience at university was very different because I was taught by professors from Great Britain.
Oh, okay.
So it was a native speaker teaching English versus Russian-speaking person.
Oh,
So
okay.
I have a lot of experience to be taught by ESL teacher and by native speaker.
Okay. And did you find both to be productive, or did you find one more effective than the other, or?
I would say they have different teaching styles and different teaching instructions, but I found the combination of them was very effective and beneficial for me personally.
Okay, and I guess our last question, maybe it's a little philosophical, but just what changes do you hope to see in the world in the future?
In the future?
Yeah.
In nearest future or like?
Oh, it could be the near future, the far future.
Okay, now I would like to see this world more tolerant and more acceptable for diversity, and I just want people to be less hostile to each other, regardless of anything, ethnicity, gender, whatever. And I just want to live in a safe and friendly world and communicate with everybody without any stereotypes and bad attitude according to something.
So, in all of your experiences studying English, what was the most helpful approach or the most helpful method for studying English for you?
Actually, I started learn English. I tried to learn English when I was in Saudi Arabia, but there is no practice in English there. I cannot listen English. I cannot speak English. I cannot use it at all. So it is difficult to. That's mean. If you didn't use something, you're gonna lose it. If you don't use it, you lose it. That's why we cannot like learn English in Saudi Arabia. So when I came here, I surprised I did like big progress and I like it.
I'd like to go back, if I understood you correctly, you said having a teacher who's a native speaker is more important than the teacher's teaching ability? Or being a native speaker is the most important thing for you?
It is not the most important thing. If the non-native speaker has like he's skilled in English very well. Maybe he can help more than native speaker. But if we can do it both, that will be great.
Okay, and our last question is kind of general, just about the world in general. What changes do you hope to see in the world in the future?
I hope to see everybody educated and live safe everywhere. I hate like war and stuff like this, so I hope to be love and safe life.
Obviously, you're interested in English now. You're studying English, but did you like English always? Were you always interested in English?
I like English, but sometimes I hate
Okay, that's okay. So what situations do you hate English? In what situations?
For example, I want to say something to friends or a professor. I can say it in Japanese fluently, but in English I can't. So I made many mistakes and misunderstanding happen often. So I hate English.
What other qualities should a good English teacher have?
I think English teacher needs not one-way teaching, not knowledge injection.
Okay, right.
Yeah. Knowledge injection is not good. So the teacher often communicate with students. So it is very important.
Do you usually feel more comfortable speaking English with native speakers or with other non-native speakers?
It's difficult. So the maybe native speaker is native speaker understand what I want to say more, but non-native speaker share with my feelings. So I can't decide which is better, but yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. So it's just different good things and bad things for each. Why did you want to experience more culture, or what was interesting about the culture for you?
Because whenever you meet like new people, like you want to learn something new, so it always helps me to like get something new. So like you can cultivate like if you want to learn something, so just like meet new people, like get more things, and keep like learning.
Okay.
So it's a long learning process.
And do you feel the same way about communicating with other non-native speakers as you do about communicating with native speakers? Or?
No.
Okay. What?
Because it's always stated that like when I was born, like I was speaking my own language, so I gradually like learned English.
Okay.
So it's again like when I speak with someone who gradually learned English, so they speak something different, like accent, or maybe like some words, because I speak the UK English, but after coming here, like I'm learning like US English, so it's gonna make like major differences.
Yeah. Yeah, that can be a problem sometimes. Question, it's kind of general, kind of philosophical, but what changes do you hope to see in the world in the future?
It's something I want to make sure, because everyone should be like good to every others. So and everyone should like speak something a general language where everyone can feel and they speak and they can understand. That's in general.
So do you think English is going to become that like totally international language where everyone can communicate?
Like in coming recent years, like coming few years, it's gonna be like English gonna be like speaking language for everyone.